John, your impression of Klopp. I mean, you said last year, memorably, that he was a one-trick pony. The trick was a great one, but it wasn't enough.
No. I would agree with Didi there. I think really touched on it. I mean, I think Liverpool are at their best when the opposition have the ball. Right, they put them under pressure, and that's like beating a player and you're getting at them. Now, what we've noticed in recent times, particularly last year, I think people have copped on to them, especially Southampton. If you go to Liverpool and you stay back, right? Yep. In other words, you don't have the ball very much. Now it's up to Liverpool to be creative in what they do. They don't have the creative players to break it down. So the more Southampton say attacked, they win the ball to the edge of the ball, then they're through. Right, Liverpool are through, and they were very, very good at it. What a lot of the teams are doing, not looking to go forward, sitting back. You can have the ball, now break us down. Not capable of breaking them down. And then the other teams like Southampton get corner kicks. You always get corner kicks, free kicks, no matter how much you're defending.
Yep.
Now they're under pressure. I don't think there's any emphasis in his head to defend in any way. I think his big thing is we're going to press and win the ball. But if there's nothing there to press, then there's no trick.
Yeah, Liam, your impression of Liverpool and this perennial problem, because it afflicts your own club as well, Arsenal, of basics of defending not there, and not there for a long time.
Yeah, well, set pieces are very, very important throughout the season to win games, to pick up points, whether you're scoring for them or whether you're conceding from them. They're so important, and certainly Arsenal and Liverpool have a weakness in that. But what I would say in defence of Liverpool is it's early days. Yeah, every season teams need about 3, 4, 5 games before it settles down and they get into a rhythm. I do feel sorry for Klopp because of the Coutinho business. Liverpool are not really able to compete with the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea and Manchester City in the transfer market, and Mourinho and Guardiola. They have a huge advantage in that when a player becomes available, they can go and get him easy, whereas Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, it doesn't go that way for them. So I think you have to bear that in mind. The Coutinho business is really disruptive. Like, he's going into match tonight, a big game in the Champions League, and all the press want to know is whether Coutinho is staying or going. So it's really a disruptive time for him, and I feel a bit sorry for them. I think he's a very, very good coach, but I don't think he's getting the support from the owners that he probably thought he might do, having had a very good season to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, Didi, that seems a fair assessment, but it also perhaps underlines the fact that Liverpool are not a big club anymore if they can't play with the big boys in the transfer market. Or very soon they're not going to be a big club anymore.
Yeah, no, but I think other clubs have a similar problem. Bayern Munich, the question has always been asked, can you compete? And they say, we won't pay 200 million quid for a player, even though we probably could, but we won't go along with that madness, because there's got to be, a certain structure there, and we want players who want to play for the club for the right reasons, and it's got to be affordable, and it's got to make sense in a business sense as well. So I think the question is not only for Liverpool.
Rummenigge said last week, as I'm sure you know, that for the 220 million PSG paid for Neymar, he'd rather build a stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's going to take Bayern out as well, isn't it? This kind of money that's floating around now, it'll take Bayern Munich out as well.
Well, it doesn't take him out right now, but it may take him out in 2 or 3 years' time if Paris, if Madrid, Barcelona, if it carries on as it did, if Man City, Man United keep spending the money as they did, because it's not only the transfer fee, it's also the wages. Because if a top player can go, whatever the transfer fee may be, you've got to match the wages this player wants to earn, and it's exploded over the last few years. And I think a lot of teams will face similar problems, and unless there's some regulation coming in, which at the moment it doesn't seem to be, I think it could take other teams out as well. And Liverpool, Obviously, longevity is always a big thing, but the owners, they extended the stadium. But I think at some stage they have to show intent. They made a bid for Van Dijk, apparently, made a bid for Kaiser, so the money seems to be there. And if I can't get these players, then I need to have another option, a plan B where I go to, because at the moment it looks like both deals won't happen. And now we're 2 weeks left in the transfer window, and they don't seem to have other options. Because I think as a club, you get a feeling when you make an offer whether there's a chance for a deal to be done or not. And with these two players, it doesn't seem to be a deal. Van Dijk may even go to Chelsea now, and they're left with the same personnel as last year. Moreno's been brought back in the team, who hardly played last season. And they need reinforcement, especially if Coutinho goes. They have to reinforce. They need at least 2-3 players, I think. I slightly disagree with Liam. Yes, you need 2, 3, 4 weeks to get into the swing of things, to get a flow into your game. But that's even more emphasis on set pieces, because set pieces are easy to train or to coach. Because you can have 100, 200 set pieces in pre-season, and this is why I was so disappointed. If you haven't got the personnel, if you didn't bring new players in, if you think we may struggle, you've got to make sure you don't concede off set pieces and maybe at some stage nick one off a set piece. And with Liverpool, it's the other way around, and it just make it hard for themselves.